$48,000 a month spent on Amazon DSP. Switched off, sales stayed exactly the same. The brand who did this came to us last month wanting to try DSP again, and the story they told us is one I've heard some version of from almost every brand we audit. So they paused Amazon DSP, another agency had been running for them in December. They'd been running it for over a year. They paused it to see what would happen. Sales didn't drop. If anything, the business got more profitable because $48,000 a month in wasted spend stopped hitting the account. Every time we audit a DSP setup that isn't ours, some version of this story is waiting underneath. We run Amazon DSP for brands spending between $30,000 to $500,000 a month on overall ads. The 5 mistakes I'm going to walk you through in this video are the ones that cause this exact outcome. Each one has a specific fix. By the end, you'll be able to look at any DSP account and know in 10 minutes whether it's actually driving new revenue or just claiming credit for the sales that the brand was already making. Now, there's one fix in particular that almost no agency sets up properly when they launch a DSP campaign. Miss it and your reporting is wrong from day one. I'll show you what it is and how to check whether your account has it. So the first mistake is one that caused the brand's pause test to come back flat. There were no negations. DSP without negations is DSP serving ads to people who were going to buy anyway, existing customers, active subscribers, people who bought last week. The campaign shows them an ad, they reorder a product they were already going to reorder, and DSP takes the credit. The ROAS number looks strong because the conversions are happening. They just aren't conversions DSP caused. When that brand paused their campaigns, those buyers kept buying. They were never influenced by the ad. They were reordering on their own schedule. The $48,000 a month was paying to follow them around with ads they didn't need. Every DSP account needs 3 negation layers from day one. So recent purchases, so exclude anyone who bought in the last 30 to 90 days, depending on how long your product sales last. Active subscribers, if a campaign is for acquisition, cut your existing subscribers out entirely. They don't need to be acquired. They're already yours. And frequency caps. Cap it to 5 or 6 impressions per person in a given window. Past that, you're just burning money on people who already decided. Check your DSP account right now. Look at the audience exclusions on any active order. If that section is empty or only has 1 or 2 basic rules, you've found your first leak. Now make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I cover topics like this every week. The second mistake is budget distribution. Too much at the bottom, nothing at the top. A lot of DSP campaigns concentrate spend on retargeting. So people who viewed your listing, people who added to cart, and people who visited the brand store. That's the easiest audience to convert, which is why agencies love showing it. High ROAS, low risk, good dashboard numbers. The problem is the retargeting tool has to come from somewhere. Every day you retarget the same pool without adding new people to it, the pool shrinks. CPMs rise because you're chasing fewer eligible impressions. The same 10,000 people see the same ad 40 times. Conversions plateau or drop, and pausing that campaign produces the same outcome as running it because the audience was already converting on its own. A DSP that actually grows the business looks different. Top of funnel gets 30% of the budget, so awareness campaigns reaching new people who've never seen the brand. Middle of the funnel gets 40%, so category browsers, competitor viewers, people showing category intent. Bottom of the funnel gets 30%, so retargeting warm audiences you've built from the top 2 stages. So the top of the funnel feeds the middle and the middle feeds the bottom. If you don't run the top, the bottom starves. Now the third mistake is phantom attribution. This issue made thousands of brands stop trusting DSP between 2022 and 2024. Under Amazon's own attribution model, a shopper saw a DSP banner ad, then bought the product within 14 days, and DSP got full credit, even if they found the product through organic search, even if they click a sponsored product ad 5 minutes before checkout, even if they type the brand name directly. DSP saw the view, the sale happened within 14 days, DSP claimed it. Now that's why ROAS numbers looked impossible. 10, 12, 15x returns that reflected the brand's existing demand, not what DSP actually caused. And it's why the pause test became a thing. Pause the campaigns, watch the attribution sales keep happening anyway, realize you were paying for credit, not causation. Amazon changed this in January 2026. The blind 14-day view window for an Amazon placement is gone, replaced with a model that uses shopping behavior signals to work out whether the ad view actually influenced the purchase. Click attribution still works the same way. Offsite DSP placements still use the old window, which means DSP numbers in 2026 look smarter than they did in 2024. That's not the campaigns getting worse, that's the reporting getting honest. Some brands cancelled DSP in early 2026 because their ROAS dropped, when what actually dropped was the phantom credit. And there's one setup that can easily be missed: the merchant token. Your Amazon seller merchant token needs to be attached to your DSP advertiser account. It's what lets DSP deduplicate conversions between DSP view credit and sponsored product click credit. Without it, the same sale can be credited to both systems at once. You're not reading inflated numbers because your attribution model is generous. You're reading inflated numbers because the systems are double counting. Your agency might have missed this and not attached it, so check yours. If you're missing it, every ROAS figure you've looked at for the last year is wrong. Now, the fourth mistake is measuring everything with one metric: ROAS. A top of funnel awareness campaign is not trying to drive immediate sales, it's trying to reach people who've never heard of the brand. Measuring it on ROAS and killing it because the ROAS is low eliminates the pipeline that makes your retargeting work. You're cutting the source that feeds the close. Every DSP campaign needs a stage and a matching metric. Awareness campaigns at the top, measuring reach and CTR, not ROAS. You want to know if your ad is getting in front of new people and whether it's resonating enough to pull a click. Now, consideration campaigns in the middle measure detailed page views. You want to know if that ad is driving people to look at your product. Conversion campaigns at the bottom. ROAS and purchase rates are the right metrics. This is where immediate returns matter. Then there's one metric that matters across every single stage: new to brand percentage. This is the percentage of your conversions coming from people who haven't bought from you in the last 12 months. If that number is 70% or 80%, DSP is expanding your customer base. If it's 15%, DSP is cycling the same people you already had. Now, the fifth mistake is the one that separates guesswork from proof: no incrementality test. Even with negations, funnel structure, proper attribution, and the right metrics, your DSP campaign can still produce a clean ROAS number that isn't driving real growth. The only way to know for certain is a holdout test. Split your targeting audience randomly. 80% see DSP ads, 20% don't. That's your controlled group. Run both for 4 to 6 weeks. At the end, compare the conversion rate for the exposed group to the control group. The difference between them is the incremental lift. The sales DSP actually cause separate from the sales that would have happened anyway. This is called Amazon Marketing Cloud incrementality testing, and it's the only real answer to the question that brand was asking when they paused their 48,000 a month. Is DSP actually driving sales, or would the sales have happened anyway? ROAS can't answer that question. A holdout test can. Now, one last thing. If you haven't watched the previous video on Amazon's review split, make sure you watch it. It explains why a lot of brands are seeing their ACOS climb in March and April for reasons that have nothing to do with their campaigns. So the link to the video is somewhere above. I'll catch you there.